Some days, it feels like your creative work is taking more from you than it gives back. The shoots pile up, the editing never ends, and no matter how much skill you've built, every project leaves you drained. You deliver stunning photos, clients rave, yet the hours behind the screen feel endless, inefficient, and exhausting. What if it's not your talent that's the problem, but the way you're forced to process the work? What if a single change in workflow could slash your editing time, boost your income, and make you love photography again without taking on more hours? Stick around, because today on the AI Advantage, we're diving into the story of Daniela Santos, a wedding photographer who went from 15 weddings a year buried in edits to shooting 40, finishing each gallery in hours, and charging more, all while reclaiming her time and her creative spark. Let me show you exactly where Daniela was before everything changed. May 2025. Daniela was a full-time wedding photographer in Southern California, charging $4,500 per wedding for 8-hour coverage and fully edited gallery delivery within 4 weeks. She shot 15 weddings per year, equaling $67,500 annual revenue. Sounds successful, right? Here's what that actually meant in hours. Per wedding time investment, shoot day including prep, travel, coverage, breakdown, 10 hours. Initial culling from 3,200 photos to 800 keepers, 4 hours. Editing 800 photos in Lightroom, 16 hours. Client communication and album design, 3 hours. Total, 33 hours per wedding. 15 weddings times 33 hours equals 495 hours per year on weddings. Plus marketing, consultations, engagement shoots, admin equals 650 plus hours annually. But here's the brutal truth. Daniela could have shot 30-40 weddings per year based on demand. Her calendar filled up 8 months in advance. She turned away 25 plus inquiries yearly. The bottleneck wasn't demand, it was editing time. Daniela spent 20 hours post-production per wedding. That's 300 hours yearly just editing. And here's what killed her. 80% of editing was repetitive mechanical work, not creative decisions. Culling duplicates and bad shots, mechanical. Adjusting exposure, white balance, mechanical for most photos. Applying same edits to similar lighting, mechanical. Straightening horizons, mechanical. Removing blemishes, mechanical. Only 20% was actual creative color grading and artistic choices, but she had to do all 300 hours herself to maintain quality. Or did she? June 15th, 2025, 2:34 a.m. Daniela had spent the day capturing a perfect wedding, gorgeous venue, an amazing couple, flawless light. By 9 p.m. Sunday, she began editing. Her routine was relentless. Import 3,200 photos, cull keepers from rejects, then edit 800 images one by one. In photo 1847, it hit her. Click, exposure, plus 0.5, white balance, plus 200K, click next, repeat. For 200 photos in a row, all in identical cocktail hour light. She stopped. She closed Lightroom without saving, went to bed, and woke at 6 a.m. for another wedding. 353 photos still awaited from Saturday. Plus today's shoot would add 3,000 more. That night, instead of editing, she searched AI Photo Editing for Wedding Photographers, 2025, June 16, 2025, 11:23 p.m. Daniela had been researching AI editing tools for 2 hours, diving deep into YouTube tutorials, forums, and Facebook groups where wedding photographers shared their experiences. She read about Imagen AI, which claims to learn your editing style and apply it automatically. Lightroom AI offered auto-masking and AI-powered adjustments. Photo Mechanic paired with AI to help with culling. One Facebook post stopped her scrolling. I was editing 25 hours per wedding. I tried Imagen AI. Now I edit 5 hours per wedding. The AI learns your style from past edits, then applies it to new photos. You just review and fine-tune. I went from 12 weddings a year to 35. Same quality. Clients can't tell the difference. She read it 3 times. AI that could learn her style. She had to admit she was skeptical. She'd seen AI editing before. Presets, generic filters, over-processed Instagram looks that flattened individuality. Her style was different. Moody, film-inspired, warm tones, crushed blacks, highly specific, intentional. Could a computer really replicate that? She kept reading. Imogen AI worked differently. Upload 3,000 plus of your edited photos, and it studies your choices. Exposure, color grading, cropping, how you handle different lighting conditions, and applies them to new images. Only 10 to 15% needed manual tweaks. Reviews were mixed. Positive users reported a 75% reduction in editing time and edits identical to their own. Negative users, often with wildly artistic or inconsistent styles, said it failed and wasted money. Daniela analyzed her own workflow. Her style was consistent. The math was compelling. $99 per month to potentially save 240 plus hours per year. Her effective rate was $104 meaning even having editing time would save $1,600 annually. At 1:47 a.m., with 353 photos still waiting from Saturday's wedding, she signed up for Imogen AI's free trial. Let's test this on Saturday's wedding. If it fails, I'm out $0 and back to manual editing. June 17th, 2025. Day 1, Training the AI. Daniela's first step was teaching Imogen AI her editing style. She uploaded 3,500 fully edited photos from her last 5 weddings, her very best work, the images that defined her signature moody, film-inspired look. Imogen analyzed everything: exposure patterns, color grading, contrast and tone curves, cropping preferences, and how she handled different lighting situations. Processing time: 6 hours. She went to bed, letting the AI run overnight while she finally rested. June 18th, 2025. Day 2, the real test. Daniela woke up. Imogen had finished analyzing. Now the moment of truth. She uploaded Saturday's unedited wedding, the 353 remaining photos she hadn't touched. She uploaded them to Imogen, clicked Edit with my AI profile, and waited through the 2-hour processing time. She made coffee, answered emails, and tried not to obsess. At 10:47 a.m., the notification arrived: your photos are ready. Daniela opened Imogen, downloaded the edits, and imported them into Lightroom. She clicked the first image, then her jaw dropped. It looked exactly like her work: warm tones, crushed blacks, subtle film grain, her signature style. 20 more photos, 50 more, every single one mirrored what she would have done manually. Still skeptical, she tested a favorite shot: the bride and groom at golden hour, exposure perfect, white balance warm. Highlights preserved, shadows lifted just enough, identical to her own adjustments. Going through all 353 images, she found 1,121 needed no edits, 83%, 189 minor tweaks, 14%, and only 43 significant re-edits, 3%. Total time spent: 3 hours versus the 16 hours she would have spent manually. She exported the final gallery, sent it to the couple, and then opened her calendar. Looking at all the inquiries she'd turned away in the past 6 months, realization hit. If editing now took 3 hours per wedding instead of 16, she could shoot 40 weddings per year instead of 15. Her capacity and her freedom had just exploded. By July 2025, Daniela decided to stop experimenting and start trusting the process. She ran all 4 weddings that month through Imogen AI, expecting cracks to show. They didn't. Roughly 80–85% of the images needed no changes at all. Another 12 to 15% required small creative tweaks, and only 3 to 5% needed a full re-edit. What used to take 16 hours now took 3 to 4. Clients noticed immediately. Galleries arrived in 2 weeks instead of 4. And messages started coming in. These are stunning. Your best work yet. That line stopped her. The work wasn't better because of AI. It was better because Daniela wasn't exhausted anymore. The AI handled technical consistency. She showed up with fresh eyes for the creative moments that mattered. From August to October 2025, she opened her calendar for 2026 and raised her price to $5,150 per wedding. Instead of slowing demand, it sharpened it. Faster turnaround, cleaner consistency, and a more personal client experience justified the premium. By the end of the year, 40 weddings were booked, totaling $234,000. Then came November 2025, the surprise. With 240-plus hours reclaimed, Daniela took workshops, experimented, taught, rested, and created again. Her Instagram grew 40%, inquiries rose 60%, and photography felt like art, not survival. Daniela's AI toolkit cost just $100 a month. Imagen AI, Lightroom, and storage upgrades. Before AI in 2024, she shot 15 weddings, earned $6,500, spent 240 hours editing, and burned out. By 2026, she projected 40 weddings, $234,000 revenue, and only 120 hours editing, just 3 hours per wedding. Her hourly rate jumped from $104 to $365, and burnout vanished. More weddings, less work, same signature style. If editing has quietly taken over your life, this is what Daniela wants you to understand. She believed editing was her creativity until she realized nearly 80% of it was mechanical and only 20% was artistic choice. Once AI took over the repetitive adjustments, she reclaimed the part that actually mattered. Consistency didn't dilute her style, it strengthened it. Her signature look was teachable, repeatable, and clients loved the results. Most importantly, removing the editing bottleneck restored her passion. 6 months after editing photo 1, 47 at 2:34 a.m., she was booking 40 weddings, earning $234,000, and editing just 3 hours per job. Next video. How a real estate agent quadrupled sales using AI. Subscribe so you don't miss it.